it does give you like a lot more like confidence on other gigs too. Like you kind of know what to do, right, with your body, when you're on stage.
Good. Oh my gosh. Yay! Hey, my name is Lauren Floyd Turner, and this is Lyric in Motion. Welcome back to Lyric in Motion. I'm Lauren Floyd Turner, and boy, have I got a treat for you today. I'm so excited for this young fella here, this musician and singer that I've been lucky to know for the past several years. And you are going to get to talk with him now, see him in action. Maybe he'll play a little bit for us. But welcome, Matheus Canteri.
Woo!
Woo!
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Yay. I'm so happy to have you on this podcast. I think we've literally tried several times.
I know. Yeah, I've been talking about it. Yeah, for a while. I'm glad it worked out today. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I mean, gosh, I think I first met you probably on the General Jackson here in Nashville.
That's right.
Playing. And how long have you been in Nashville?
It's been about 7 years now. Yeah.
Oh,
I can't believe it.
wow.
It's crazy. It's been a great journey, but it's all a blur. Did so many different things, but yeah.
Yeah, I know that you're from Brazil, right? Brazil,
Yeah, that's
born.
right.
And, yes. Yeah. And how did that kind of feed into what you're doing now with your music?
Well, I started playing guitar when I was about like 12 years old, and I was really into like rock and roll and all the stuff that had a lot of guitar, of course. So I really wasn't into like Brazilian music much. I like the British rock bands and the American bands. And I got addicted to the instrument like right away, after that first year, I was just playing nonstop and just being a guitar geek, and trying to find different techniques and stuff. And I always liked the sound of like country music, even though I didn't really know like many artists and stuff, down there. But I Googled it and found a bunch of great artists and great pickers and like Albert Lee, Brent Mason, Brad Paisley. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. It's like, high level of like skill on the instrument, but with a clean tone. It was just kind of magical to me at the time. And I decided I wanted to figure that out, And that's it, yeah.
So those were kind of your influences then.
Yeah.
Those were people you were listening to, like, okay. And okay, so I know you play the guitar, obviously. Do you play other instruments as well?
Well, not really. I'm not one of those guys that plays, a lot of instruments, but I can play, I play electric bass and instruments that like string instruments that I can play a little bit of banjo. I play drums a little bit, just enough to get in trouble. Yeah.
Right.
But, and I've been singing a lot more lately, but that wasn't always the case. Yeah. But I love the guitar. That's my thing. I love playing guitar. Yeah.
I just have to share this one story because I got married a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah.
And I literally last minute, you guys, I was like, Matheus, can you put something together for me?
Yeah.
And I had written a song, but I didn't have any music to it or anything. And I really want to say it was like, almost the week before. It was like a week and a half.
We got it done in like a day and a half.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'll call him like, Matheus, would you be able to put some music to this? And y'all, he was so gracious. He was like, sure. And yes, you did. Like we went to your own studio. Yeah. You laid the track down. The next thing I did vocals and there it was.
Oh, I was honored. Yeah.
Well, I mean, even just, it says so much. I mean, you're so talented, but there's so much great about you and your character too.
Oh, thank you very much. That's
even more reason that people should get to know you and your music. And I mean, you are a picker. I mean, you go to town on all that stuff. And I love this new, new to me maybe because I didn't know you did so many instrumentals.
Exactly.
And that's refreshing, and being a dancer too.
Yeah.
It was really cool hearing you just and me loving guitar, I will say I'm kind of biased to a guitarist, but just the way that you were, going to town and all that, and it's country and it's just whatever you feel.
Yeah.
Some of it, not all of it's country.
Yeah,
feeling,
I know.
And I loved it. It was just you, and what to me just came out of what you were feeling.
Yeah, and that's exactly how all this music that I put out came to be. It's just like whatever I'm feeling at the moment, and I have a lot of different influences. Like I said, when I first started, I was really big into like rock and roll and stuff, and of course I still love that, all of that, so I try to incorporate a little bit of that. There are things that I sometimes, when I'm playing country, especially here, on a daily basis, just like all the time, the chicken picking style, which that's my passion. Really, if I had to play one thing for the rest of my life, that would be it. But there's a certain like quality in the rock guitar world that's like the instrument kind of sings more with longer notes and a little more like, overdrive. So, it's just a little different in the way you get to express yourself through the instrument. So I try to blend both worlds, without making it too weird, hopefully. But, it's all good. I don't make like complicated music just for the sake of being complicated. And I always look at it as like, even though I'm not singing, I try to have something that a melody that people can kind of relate to,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But and I do know you as a singer too. So, but you saying you've been singing more? Does that mean you're writing more music? Like,
well,
in that respect,
my songwriting skills are so really like, I can write, but it's so slow. I can write a melody like boom like that, but the lyrics are very slow, and has a lot to do with how I listen to music. I think it always like it has to be like the first time somebody shows something to me. I feel bad about this sometimes when I'm with a songwriter that's like very passionate about their lyrics. It's just way above my head. Like I'm not even like paying attention to the lyrics at first,
Right.
It's like the melodies.
The
melodies got to grab me, and then I'll listen to the lyrics, the second time. But and then when I'm writing, I have a hard time with coming up with lyrics, But so I just go like, I come up with a melody, and I just go watermelon, and something. And usually, like if there's a catchphrase or something, that helps. But I've been trying to co-write with some friends here in town lately. But really, the focus is more like on the instrumental stuff. Even though like I love singing, and that's been a bigger part of my working musician life. Since I moved to Nashville, the General Jackson has obviously something to do with that. Yeah.
Well, I know that because I know that show on the General Jackson was very structured because it was more a theatrical kind of thing. And I know you're playing a lot downtown. I'm sure you're playing everywhere, but I know you still play a lot downtown too. So those are like what 4-hour sets usually. Of nonstop music. How different was that for you then?
It was
to be
very
like
different.
On the G-Jack versus,
well, I mean, very, very different. I didn't like jump right into the General Jackson, but when I did, it was a different kind of challenge, to just for me personally, because I have a hard time like playing things the same way 2 nights in a row. It's just, I
so
gotta
that freedom
do something.
of that feel was different. Okay.
Yeah. So just finding the moments where you could kind of be yourself in a structured show was a different challenge. And at the same time, being consistent, is a challenge too. So it was great. But, the pre-show thing where it used to be, I guess, all instrumental, and then they were like, "Hey, do you guys sing anything?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, we can try." So a couple of songs at a time, and then we had a lot of fun there. And so just singing every day just did help me a lot. That was the main thing I guess I took from it, and then all the the what we talked about, like the structure of it, and then choreo. I mean, I've never done that before.
The choreography. But what's so great is that you're willing to do it.
I know.
Just willing to do some blocking.
I'm very limited, but
you are limited. But you embraced walking down stage and giving us some guitar. So hopefully, I mean, for those of you who don't know, I got to choreograph that show when Matheus was in it. So he's talking about some blocking and staging that I made the musicians do. But it's cool. It gives you a little bit even more. Like you said, you worked on your vocals. You were already a amazing musician. So now you're just learning a little bit of blocking.
No, and I gotta like thank you for that, because it does give you like a lot more like confidence on other gigs too. Like you kind of know what to do, right, with your body, you know, when you're on stage. And I feel like it changed me a lot, like in how I look at that, you know, at performing, you know, because I'm always like into the music, but at the same time, I never wanted to be a guy that's like looking at, you know, his shoes, you know, while playing, and, you know,
all night into the
you know, you gotta connect, you know, and I think that people will listen with their eyes too, you know, when they go.
I love that. They do listen with their eyes. I love that. Especially come from a musician. That's very cool. I was curious too. What's like your ultimate goal for you? I mean, like, are you like going, no, I just love doing this wherever I can, or do you have something in mind that you really want to achieve with your music?
To me, it was always like I always go back to like the teenager me that was passionate about the guitar and the instrument, and to me, like the success and the things I looked up to were always like the challenges of you know, at one point was like, oh, if I could play this solo, I did something when I'm finally able to do this. So it was always that challenge, you know, and it still is. But at the same time, you know, you become like an adult, and there's the professional side of it, and you got to make a living and all that. So for the past few years, and I think that's what I intend of, you know, to do constantly, is just to keep building my own brand, you know, as myself, you know, really like just Matheus Canteri. And the way I try to do that is, you know, putting out as much content as I can, you know, like I have instructional videos. I do a lot of, you know, free lessons on YouTube. I have tons of it. And I like sharing, you know, that's something I'm passionate about as well. You know, I've been a guitar teacher when I first started, and so I have a little bit of experience, and that gives me a lot of, you know, I enjoy doing that. You know, it's very rewarding. So I'd like to do that, and I'd like to think that, you know, if I keep doing this, hopefully at one point, like when people think about like country guitar and content, that, you know, my name will come to mind. You know, hopefully that's the goal.
I have no doubt. Oh my gosh, you're already on your way. You've already established yourself, and I know what you mean. Like, just you're going to be getting to the masses. And I know that, like you said, you enjoy teaching, and you do have courses and stuff, and of course you will teach. You know, and is that going well for you? Because I enjoy that kind of stuff too. Giving back, you know. And
it's going great. It's going really great. Because for a while, like right before I moved to Nashville, you know, to the States, you know, in Brazil, I wasn't really playing live much, because that meant I had to play Brazilian commercial music, which really wasn't my thing. So I was a teacher, and I had a lot of students, but it was a different type of students, a lot of kids, you know, people are just starting, and that really wasn't like, I couldn't really go in depth, you know. So I did so much of that I was getting a little burned out. But now it's different, because people will reach out to me like from the videos on YouTube, or because they came to Nashville and saw me playing somewhere. They're interested in something particular that I do, so it feels more like, you know. You know, they're really into it, you know, and then the conversations go really well. And then I just love doing that. And then getting to know people from like really like just all over the world, you know, because, you know, do a lot of online lessons.
That's right.
So it's cool too, you know.
Did you keep some of your students so that you had internationally?
I don't have any more like regular students anymore, so everybody's a one-off, you know, here and there. But I have a lot of like people that come back, you know, like every couple weeks they reach out and we'll do something. It's kind of tricky with the schedule to do like regular lessons, because, you know, this week I'll have shows this and this day, and then, you know, I'm free in the mornings. And next week is different, you know. So it's kind of crazy, but it's been a lot of fun, you know, and it's just cool, you know. People I feel like if you're passionate about what you do, and you put out the best, you know, possible work that you can, you know, with your art, people relate to it, and then they want to know more, and
it comes back around. It'll come,
yeah.
and it all comes back around.
Yeah.
You're staying this long enough, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am sure that you've been approached so many times to go on the road with people. You've had to by now. I mean, is that something like it's got to be the right person, or no? Because I appreciate.
Yeah.
Like you're building a brand for yourself.
Yeah.
You're building what you want to do.
Yes.
And sometimes that will take you away from that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of the case. I've been approached a few times, but it was just not the right gig, because you would have to, in some way, make up for the not doing my own thing. So
right.
It's being gone, and then not being able to like do the content. So I try to look at what would you do for me in my career,
Yeah.
And it's easy sometimes to like just be gone for like a few years doing this, and it might be good, but then when it's not there anymore, then you're back to like
you're catching up, and you've lost 3 years.
Exactly. So I'm really focused on doing my own thing now, and try to connect with with brands and other artists, doing collabs, with other guitarists, and so that's been a lot of fun and very, very rewarding. Networking, it's just been a blast, and this is a great town for that,
Yes, you got a melting pot of all kinds of people too, and you're right down in the middle of downtown when you want to be. I'm sure. So people can pretty much find you on your socials, obviously, but you're pretty much playing the circuit a lot of times.
Yeah, I do.
Right?
Yeah, I play a lot of Roberts, Skinny Dennis, Music City Bar, and all sorts of Acme.
Yeah.
Yeah, really all over the place. I go out of town quite a bit too. I have one of the bands that I play with regularly, the Royal Hounds. We go out of town quite a bit. The
Royal Hounds.
Royal Hounds, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to even more, but now we go out like once a month and do a little, little run here and there, and
and that's fun because that's for you. You're like that's just enough.
Yeah.
Because you've got so much going on still with your own thing.
Yes, and that's a band that I'm very involved in, like everything. We wrote songs together. We have albums out, so it's like when I do that, I know that my brand is attached to that. I'm not just the guy in the back, so that's a little different as well,
Yeah, well, you got your priorities straight, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you do, because right now you've really got a platform where you can really do that.
That's different for I guess everybody has a different journey, and I know a lot of people dream of like just doing the side thing, the side gig, and the sideman thing, and that's totally fine. And I know you can have a blast doing that, and I just don't look at that as like my end goal or something I pursue, because honestly, it's hard. Like, how do you do that, right? I mean, you just kind of like do your best at everything you do, and then if you get the right call, then it works for you, that's great, But
exactly.
I try to. My focus is not that, That's the other thing too. Is like it's such a blurry industry that I gotta be doing something like actively to know that I'm like. I'm doing my best here. I'm not just waiting for the phone to call.
Yes,
and that helps me. That kind of takes the the pressure a little bit.
So that what keeps you going with your own thing, like that's your big picture.
Yeah.
Of like,
and I know like if I'm not if I'm not gigging tonight, I'm doing a video. I'm doing something. I'm never just waiting around, and so that way I'm not like it's like just getting anxious about like what should I be doing, or and I just try to stay busy.
You just stay busy and do it, but you're staying busy with what you really want to do and have a passion for, and that is a big difference in what sometimes, because you can get caught out on the road as a side person or whatever, which I agree. Everybody's got their own thing, and some people that's like but you're also out on the road. So you're trying to play catch up when you come back home, because it's it depends on where you're at in your career and everything is if you can make that work too.
Absolutely.
So I get that. I'm so excited that I see this guitar sitting right here. This beautiful blue. What is this? Let me see it.
That's a Fender.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
They've been very kind to me, Fender. They just they gave it this one. maybe about a year ago, I think.
Yeah.
And I just been in love with it.
That's sweet. That's nice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Very cool. Very good
cool,
relation there you
yeah.
have.
No, absolutely. I mean,
yeah.
You know, this is the kind of like this, the Telecaster is sort of the guitar that, you know, changed everything, you know, for you know, country music and it. So it's been a blast playing it. And they just had the 75th anniversary of the Telecaster at the Ryman.
Yeah.
And
Were you there?
I got to play that.
Did you get
to play? Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you if there's some highlights that you've had that you're like, this was really cool.
Oh, that was like,
no
doubt about it. That was the highlight of my entire career. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So I feel like I'm sitting here like this, like fangirl, waiting for you to do your concert.
We can do it a little newly. Yeah.
Do something. Yeah, just show them kind of what you do. Oh my gosh. Yay!
Yeah, it's a beauty.
Yeah, everybody in the studio is watching too. They're like, yes.
It's great. Yeah.
That's gorgeous. Way to go, Fender.
Yeah.
They are smart to have you on their side.
Yeah, they've been super nice to me. Yeah, that was an amazing event they did at the Ryman. Yeah, just.
You have anything else that's like a highlight for you that you want to achieve? You know, like.
Well, that was a blast because I always wanted to, you know, obviously like play the Ryman.
Yes,
you know?
of
That's
course.
Like it was always like a bucket list thing for me to do, and play the Opry.
I was going to say in the Opry.
Yeah, that would be amazing too.
Yeah.
So you know, those things, and then just other than that, just kind of enjoying the ride, and like I said, just trying to build my own brand, you know, and be a known guy and just doing my own thing, not trying to be better than anybody else, but just like I want to be associated when people think like country guitar, you know.
Shoot, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love. One of the reasons I even started Lyric Emotion, it's just been on my mind a long time, for many years, and it's because of the talent that I would come across. You know, an independent artist that might not be to the masses yet, but that you can just give another platform and hear about their journey and their music. And Lyric in Motion to me, my background is singing, but it's also dance and how you put things together. And one of your songs, a lot of your songs really resonated with me. And it was off of your, we just talked about this, Twang.
Yeah, Twang Intention,
Yes. Well, there was one song on there, and I just had this idea for it.
Yeah.
And I want to show it to you, what we came up with.
That's awesome. I wasn't expecting this. This is cool. Yeah.
And this is what I saw. And then this guy was the guy to do it for you. His name is Oliver.
Oh my God. That's mind-blowing. So cool. This is so awesome. See, I'm fascinated with the rhythm you get. Whoa. Wow. I love those triplets. He can do like triplets. That's awesome.
Matheus, I've been waiting because you just, I was listening to your stuff and I really was like, it's so cool because it's instrumental, and I know how you play, and of course you sing too. But I'm like, I have to get a tapper. And like we said, we tried to get together several times, but this time the timing worked out really well. And it was that song just hit me because I felt like it would be really cool. Yeah. And he nailed it.
He did. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. And I just, want to thank you for inspiring.
That was a gift. Thank you.
Yay! Yeah. Yay. But, it's just such a cool thing to connect all the music, the dance, how it all comes together in people's interpretation. So as much, it's in your mind of what you've created, and then how someone, because truly, I did not choreograph that, Oliver choreographed that and what he felt by your music. And I think that is what's so cool about the connect.
That's so special.
So we just wanted to share that for you.
Oh, thank you very much. That's beautiful. Yeah, I love that. Thank you.
Yay! Yeah. You are welcome.
And that song has like a strong thing with like just the rhythm of it, that's what started that song. And so that's what I was saying, it's not always like about like just showing off and playing fast or something. I always tried to write it as a song, as if I had lyrics on it, what would be a good like groove, something that made people want to move, or just enjoy, listening. And that's one of those. Funny thing about that song is like the intro is kind of like has this like weird drum feel that's like a little deceiving, because you think the one like the first beat is somewhere the downbeat, but it really is something else. And I always like loved songs like that, but it's hard to write one because I always like wonder like when I hear something like that, I was like, did that just happen by accident or something? Because it's very like I thought we were here and then that's the upbeat, it's like, oh, so weird. But the way I wrote it, I was like, well, I have an idea. So I wrote a song, and I had, me and Mike, Mike Swope, drummer.
Yes, of course.
I told him, like, I gave him the wrong information, basically. I was like, hey, I wrote this riff, and this is how you count it. And it was like, okay. I told him, like, just write me a drum fill, like, do a drum fill and send it to me. So he did that.
Yeah.
And then I flipped it, and I told him like, well, now this is the actual downbeat. So then he was like, oh my God, this is so weird now to play this way. But he got, of course he can do anything. But that's kind of how he came up with that. And that's just a little something that I think is kind of special about that song. But I love that you chose that one to do the choreo, and I love that. That's so awesome.
And what was so great too is that Oliver took that music and then created that. And then he said that he, listened down to some of your other stuff, and he was just so inspired by all the stuff you're doing. I'm like, and that's like,
that's so cool.
That's like, that's the way it all kind of connects. I want to meet him now, yeah. Well, yes, absolutely. Yes, you shall.
Yeah.
And, because that's how dancers do too. Dancers are interpreting like someone, lyrics and what all that, and it's just so cool how they might feel a certain, or even add an accent somewhere in there.
Oh my God! And I've seen you do it, like when you're doing the work with the cast.
Yeah.
And we're just there, like, providing the music, but I'm watching you guys working, and I'm like, oh my God, how do they do this? Like, how do you keep track of everything? Like the movements and the ideas you have, like, and like even like to the point where like, well, if the music did this, then it makes the movement. But it's like it was so new to me when and so amazing to just watch you work.
Well, that it's so crazy because I'm sitting here going, I could never do that. I mean, and that's the same thing for you. I'm sure it's just like, and then I found this, and I kind of I'm like, so it's all what we kind of really work hard in that different ring of entertainment.
It's crazy. It seems like, because I feel like, when I'm playing, I feel like, I have this part of the song and that part of the song. They're all, a little different and stuff, but you guys do so much. It's really impressive.
Well, we just have to all get together continually, and we'll create music, and then we'll create dance, and then we just,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I was so excited to show you that, and I'm just thrilled that this finally worked out to have you on the podcast. Is there anything that you would, any advice or anything you would give anyone about, maybe starting out, or, because to me, you've got so much more to accomplish, but you've accomplished a lot already, and we all face challenges and all that kind of stuff. But is there anything that you would just give advice to someone wanting to do what you do?
It's hard, to give advice. Everyone's journey is so like particular and personal, but to me, it's like what works to me is like just staying active and always doing something. Try to do something for yourself. And that's something that in the past few years I've been doing more of, because it's easy to like just do things that you need to do, you know, like this is work, and we all got to work, and you do something for, you know, you got this deadline, you got to deliver this, and that's cool, but like do something for your own like career and then I try to write that down. It works, you know, so I'll do something for my personal career and growth, and I'll write it down, like today I did this, you know, today I did this, you know, we did this, you know, had this conversation. That. So, you know, and so
you don't lose sight of things.
Yeah, and it like I said, it just takes away a little bit of the pressure, because it's so easy to get like, oh, I should be doing that because that guy's doing that. Oh, I should be doing this because, you know, it's like it's so hard. You can't be everywhere at once, and you can't do all the things, you know. So, you know, just focus on what you're passionate about. You know, I think that's what I've always done, and it has been good, you know, to me. I mean, constantly being like, feel like I'm growing, just getting started, you know, with the like learning and all that stuff, you know. It's like an endless thing, like music and whatever it is you're passionate about, you know. There's always something new out there, and well, that's it. Just be passionate, be active, and
be a doer.
Yeah.
Don't wait till it's perfect.
Yeah.
You know, because that's so true.
Yeah.
And we all try to go, well, I'll do it then, or I'll do it when this happens.
No.
Like, you better just do it.
Just do it. Do your best. Do the best you can do at the moment, but do it, you know, because that'll put you in a position to do something better tomorrow, you know. And,
you're so right. And sometimes that's hard to take your, you know, like I can tell people a lot of things, and I'm like, are you doing it, Lauren? Are you taking your own advice? You know, and lately, yes, because you start realizing, wait a minute, you know, like even from today, this happened today. Yeah. What if I'd waited a year from now? I mean, you know, I'm just saying, just go wait, you know, so. Yeah.
That's really very true. Yeah.
Man, I'm just thrilled that you came to be part of Lyric Emotion. And I'm glad I would love to do more writing and stuff with you too, and with Swope and the whole gang here.
Let's do it, yeah.
And so I want to make sure that we get all the socials out there.
Yes.
Where can people find you?
Well, I put like new content on YouTube like once or twice a week. So there's always new videos there, and it's just, you know, Matheus Canteri. So it's youtube.com/Matheus Canteri. I'm on Instagram @Matheus Canteri.
Okay.
TikTok, Facebook, all that stuff, you know, and I have a website as well. So if you want to reach out to book a lesson or something, it's MatheusCanteri.com.
Great.
Yeah, easy.
You guys get to know Matheus if you don't already. I'm sure from this podcast you'll be like, who's this guy? I want to thank you again. Thank you so much. And of course, we'll put all of those things up on, you know, so they can find you. The one last thing that I usually ask is, and you being a musician, and we've talked about it a little bit, but is there a go-to move, you know, that you do on stage? So when you're, you know, you've got your guitar, for you would have your guitar. I usually ask, like, if you didn't have your guitar, but is there something that you always do, maybe at the end of the song or while you're playing, that is maybe your own little move?
I don't know. I just have the mean face, kind of. You know?
Mean face move.
That's it. You know. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I just got the mean face.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Because it's, you know, it's like.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's very like it's. I'm so connected, you know, in the moment. So I.
Yeah.
But I noticed that, you know, when I see videos on my cell phone. You know. But
oh gosh,
I'm very friendly, actually.
He is. You are such a gem, and yes, you are. He plays dangerously, but you are a really cool guy.
That's all. You know, thankful. You put it just right. I like to take risks when I'm playing, and you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But in life.
Oh yeah.
We're chilling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just chilling.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right.
It's a pleasure.
Yay.